Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. Today we are talking the ultimate Korean skincare routine. Now I've spoken about my Korean skincare favourites a lot on the channel, but I realised I've never actually pieced them together, layered them and paired them into a full routine, and we're putting that right today. I'm going to share with you my morning skincare routine using exclusively my favourite K skincare product. So hopefully this might help you discover some new products for your own routine, or at least know how to layer them and pair them successfully for the very best results. Sit back, relax, let's talk the ultimate Korean skincare routine. Now today's video actually marks the start of a series that I'm running here on the channel. I'm going to be doing skincare routines based around my favourite recommendations of various different countries. We're starting strong with Korea because I think there's just so much choice when it comes to the Korean skincare market. But we're going to move on. I'm already looking at some of my favourite Canadian skincare recommendations, which is a video that's upcoming. So I would love for you guys to pause the video at this point and share in the comments section where you're tuning in from. If you can find your country's flag emoji, share that in the comments. If you can't, just type it out and let me know where you're based, because I'd love to know, as we're a completely global community here, where everyone's tuning in from. I've listed all the products that I mentioned in today's video down in the description box below, and where I've been able to find a discount code, I've also linked that to hopefully save you guys some of your hard-earned coin. But that way, in case you don't catch the name, you want to check the price point, read the reviews, all those links are there for your convenience. And I think, without further ado, we should cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So I'm going to keep this super chatty and free flowing. We're going to be talking about my favourites, and I'm going to be applying them direct to my face. This is my actual morning skincare routine. It's like 8 AM here in the UK. I've still got that groggy morning voice, and as soon as I've done this, I'm going out and about. So this is my actual routine in real time. And if you enjoy this style of content, don't forget to reach out and give the video a like. So off camera, I cheated a little bit and I already did my cleanse. That's because where I film, there's no access to sink and running water, and I didn't want that whole hot mess. So I actually reached for this. This is the Beauty of Joseon Green Plum Refreshing Cleanser. Now, this used to be an oldie and a favourite of mine years ago, and I kind of, for some reason, stopped using it. Well, recently I actually got it in a Korean advent calendar and rediscovered my love of it. It's beautiful, super lightweight, really refreshing. It doesn't have any artificial fragrance in it, but it does have like a light pick-me-up scent, which I absolutely love. Doesn't strip or dry, but gets the job done. I'd say this is like a perfect morning cleanser. For people that are wearing multiple layers of SPF, maybe lots of makeup in the evening, you're probably going to want something more heavy duty. But just to freshen the skin, take off anything that's accumulated as we've slept, this is a really great option, and I'm so pleased I've kind of rediscovered it. Absolute firm favourite, and I used that off camera. I then went in with my favourite eye cream, which is this. This is the Torrident Cell Amazing Firming Eye Cream. I don't feel I need to talk about this too much because I go on about it all the time on the channel. I love it. This is available internationally, but you'll struggle to get it here in the UK because they had some supply issues. But don't worry, I spoke to the brand, and this will be back for sale in the UK on the 1st of April. So put that date in your diary if you're a British viewer. Everyone else in the world, you can get this now, and I love it. It removes some of those dark circles, it helps with any puffiness and inflammation, and it hydrates the under eye. I did this off camera because all the way through winter I get a lot of seasonal allergies, so I like to be very precise with my eye cream application. So I did this in the mirror before filming. But yeah, these two steps kicked everything off, and now we're going to go in with the routine proper. So my absolute favourite Korean skincare toner of all time is this. This is the K Secret Galactomyces Starting Treatment Essence. As you can see, it's much loved. I actually dropped this. I don't know how I managed to be such a big product. I don't know how it slipped through my hand. I did drop this, so just ignore that. But I've probably used 10, 15 bottles of this over my skincare journey, and it's just great. It's basically a like-for-like dupe for the super expensive SK2 Essence. I think that one's like £120. This is 14. So ridiculously inexpensive. That galactomyces is going to plump. It's fermented, so it's going to hydrate. It's like a great way to kickstart your routine. So I'm going to take my glasses off and we're going to get into things. I've always said, apply your serums onto damp skin. And a lot of people say, well, what's the best product to dampen everything down? This is a great option. It feels beautiful, pat it into the skin, allow it to feel damp, because I like the fact that it's kind of plumping, absorbing and doing all that as we go. Feels absolutely beautiful. And yeah, this is a great way to kind of kickstart your routine, get the skin moist and ready, and just hydrates you to the gods. So next I'm going to go in with this. This is the Torrident Cell Amazing Brightening Ampule. So the same brand as this one, kind of a firm favourite of mine in terms of Korean skincare. The reason I love this vitamin C is it actually has 5 different forms of vitamin C. 3 derivatives, 1 stabilized, 1 pure form. So that way there's a little something for everyone. It has a ridiculously long shelf life because it's perfectly formulated and stabilized. It's also great if you're looking for a touch of pure form vitamin C, but also a little derivative action to get those results but minimize the side effects. Love this. It's also great if, like me, you're super oily and acne prone. Now, I have very breakout prone skin, and there's some ingredients in here that are designed to actually suppress any breakouts. So it's just a great double whammy. Even if you don't have breakout prone skin, this though is a wonderful vitamin C. And one of my absolute favorites. It's kind of up there in terms of the products I love with the Geek and Gorgeous C Glow. That's a pure form active vitamin C. This has that derivative component too. So slightly different, but I'd say definitely on a par. I'm going to go out and say this is the very best vitamin C from the Korean skincare market. Now, before that completely dries down and sinks in, time for a little azelaic action. So this is the 9less 10% azelaic acid serum. I think you've probably heard me mention this before, an absolute favourite. Again, it's got that 10% azelaic acid, which is wonderful in its own right. It's also got a touch of snail mucin, so if you like that snail action in your routine, you don't have to have a separate toner. You can use this, and it's azelaic acid and snail mucin kind of all in one. Also has some great pro acne fighting ingredients, so if you're someone, again, like me, super breakout prone, this is a nice option to have. But again, like with that Torrident one, it's not just for us acne sufferers. Anyone out there can use this, and it's like the perfect mid-strength azelaic acid that just feels great. Now, because you've got the snail mucin in here, I don't know, let me see if I can kind of pick this up on camera for you. Because it's got snail mucin, this is a little bit thicker. Can you see the consistency of that? So I would tend to only use 2 or 3 drops. Other azelaic acids, I might use a little bit more, but I would use 2 or 3 drops of this because it's definitely on the thicker side. That viscosity means it sinks in to perfection. And yeah, just feels really, really nice on the skin. I absolutely love it. And yeah, just a gorgeous, bouncy, hydrating, but also beneficial because that azelaic acid is going to reduce hyperpigmentation, fight acne, just absolute perfection. So just a couple more serums left to go, and these 2 are firm favourites, doing different things. So we've got the Numbuzzin NAD Lifting Essence, which, if you haven't heard about this, it's going viral, and for good reason. 50 different peptides in this little gem, and it's packed full of other beneficial ingredients as well, so boosting collagen and elastin, and I love it so much I covered it in a separate video, which I'll link up there. Kind of great for lifting and firming the skin. This is the Numbuzzin, again, same brand. This is the Numbuzzin Pantheonic Active Soothing Serums. This calms, soothes, and just resets the skin. I'm going to go in with this one first. Now, just a little shout out to some nice packaging. I know we buy products for the formulation, not for the packaging, but I do love a little elevated packaging moment. And look at this. It comes with its own little cap, which you can take off, you can slot on. This means if you're traveling, this won't leak out all over your wash bag. It's not going to get all over your clothes or whatever. It's just, no. This little thing has made the world of difference to this product. And yeah, I like to applaud good packaging. So I'm going to put, this is actually a new one, so give it a little workup. This is great. If you're somebody that uses the Pantheonic drying powder from Numbuzzin, which I love, you can mix it in with this at this point. I would normally do that, but my skin is a little bit on the drier side at the moment, so I'm not. But if you do like that powder, which I've spoken about before, I'll leave an image of it here. You can absolutely mix a little into this. It would like be the perfect combo. But yeah, just let that pump that in. Feels so nice. While I was just thinking in a little bit, I should have said any skincare routine, whether it's Korean, British, American, Canadian, mixture of all things global, know that actually there's some hint tips and hacks that'll help you get a little bit more from all of these products. And I shared them in a recent video, which I'll link up there. Check that out, because if you're somebody that wants, to just get a little extra from your existing routine, hopefully those hints, tips, and hacks, there's only 5 of them, but they will honestly transform your results. So check that out to make sure that we're not just choosing our favorites, but we're also using them correctly. So time for this one. Again, I'm going to try and show you the texture of this because it is a little bit different. Can you see how that is much more gel-like than maybe you expect from a serum? See, again, it's because it's got so many peptides in here. I think it feels so good. So I'm going to put this on. And this is literally instant plumping in a bottle. It firms, it plumps, it feels so good. And yeah, I think I've gone through 3 bottles of this, but the good thing is they have this little cutout at the side here, so you can actually see how much product's left. Again, I like packaging like that, so you know exactly what you've got. This just feels great. If you're looking for a bit of an affordable firming and lifting serum, this is great. There's lots of bougie ones out there that cost like $150, $200. Don't need them. Get this. Honestly, it works so well. And because I've used that vitamin C, which is derivative alongside Pure Form, an azelaic acid that has some calming and soothing ingredients, and of course this soothing serum, my skin feels fresh. It doesn't feel irritated or, itchy or prickly. It just feels really good at this point. And I always like, with my morning routine in particular, to feel at this point that my skin feels fresh, invigorated, and not too irritated, and it doesn't. So these products all in combination just work for me. Now, time for moisturizer and sunscreen. So because I am a little bit on the oily side, even though my skin's a little dry at the moment, it's also still oily. Bit of a winter minefield for me. Let me know in the comments if you can relate. Are you someone that has dry, oily skin? And there are some of us out there. It is a niche. Somehow my skin manages to be oily and dry at the same time. But I find the best way of kind of tackling this is to find a hydrating sunscreen and use it in place of the moisturizer. So if you have a more dryness prone skin type, you're probably going to want to moisturize at this point, then put your sunscreen on. And if that's you, I would recommend this, the Torrid & Salmazing Firming Cream. This is like the sister product to the eye cream. They do have different ingredients, so I would still recommend getting the eye cream for under the eye and this for the rest of the face. Beautiful, absolute favorite product of mine, stunning moisturizer. So this I love. I don't need it, not on a morning. My skin just doesn't need that much hydration. So I'm just gonna go straight in with the sunscreen, and I'm gonna do this off camera so I can get a decent application going. But I'm gonna use this. This is the All Sun Airy Fit Sunscreen by Jumoso. I recommend this one because it's not super dewy and glossy, but it's also not deadpan matte. It gives you a realistic skin day. Some people say it's slightly on the dewier side, which I can see. For me though, it's just kind of like natural skin moment, and that's what I look for. I don't want a sunscreen that's going to distort the coloration. I don't want it that's going to distort the finish of the skin. I want to just look like skin. And this definitely delivers it. It feels beautiful. I'll show you a little swatch on my hand, then I'm going to go and apply it off camera. I'll be using my 2-step method for applying sunscreen, which is where I do 1 thin layer followed by a second thin layer. You're using the same amount but in 2 steps, which with about 2 minutes between them. That way it's just going to fit in more in synergy with your skin, not feel like a mask like some sunscreens can. So I would recommend that 2-step application, which I actually learned from Abby Young and I referenced in that hacks video earlier. It's been a game changer for me. So yeah, 2 applications. You're using the same amount of sunscreen, but just over 2 individual applications with about 2 minutes in between. Try it. Trust me, your sunscreen game will be transformed. It'll work with any sunscreen you want. So this is how it looks on the skin. Let me just show you. Is that not truly invisible? Does that not give it the nicest look? This is an absolute stunner of a sunscreen, and I think perfect if you want that like natural skin look with maybe just a touch of dewiness and glow. This, perfection. So I'm going to do that off camera, and that is a rundown of my morning, I'm going to say anti-aging because a lot of this is focused on aging. So my morning anti-aging Korean skincare routine using all my favorites. I genuinely don't think you can go wrong with any of these products. For me, this cleanser has been a favorite of mine for years. I've sort of rediscovered it and I wish I'd never let it go. I don't think a month's gone by where I haven't referenced this in at least one video. I love it, love it, love it. And for the price point, one of the best toners around. And if you're looking for a little bit of a cheeky, innovative product from the Korean skincare market, try this Torridon Brightening Vitamin C. I can't think of a product off the top of my head that has 5 different forms of vitamin C, kind of doing everything you want. This is beautiful. And also, it's stable, so you don't have to worry about it oxidizing and being less effective. Stunning. So that, in a nutshell, is my morning Korean skincare favorites routine. What do you guys think? Are there any products you would not use here? Are there any other products you would swap in? Let me know. And of course, share where in the world you're tuning in from, because I would love to celebrate a little something from every country out there. And this is just a start of a series, and there's so much more to follow on from. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.